Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette D Love, and I'm just so happy to be able to come to you on today. No dancing today. I'm not feeling in the mood, and I gotta be in the mood to dance for y'all. So maybe next time I feel like dancing, but right now I do feel like talking because I got some talk for you. So let's talk story. Look. Let me tell you something. It's one thing to just pretend to be somebody's friend. It's one thing to just use that term so loosely and not mean it. But if I tell you that I'm your friend, I am your friend. That is just what I am. I'm your friend. If I tell you I got you, I got you. And I had a conversation recently, let me say recently, where one of my other friends wanted to talk about one of my friends to me. And so I'm trying to avoid the conversation without being rude. Okay, I felt that you kept ignoring me. I kept telling you, I'm not concerned about that. That's my friend. I even said, don't talk about my friend. That's what I said. Don't talk about my friend. And so I was like, um, I couldn't believe that you couldn't understand what I was trying to say. I don't talk about my friends with anybody. And I don't talk about my friends with my other friends, right? So what gets me is I'm telling this person, all kinds of everything except for be quiet, cut it out, shut it up. I'm just telling them, don't talk about my friend. And then this is what they say. Oh, you love them. You love them. You just love that person. Well, I had to break it down to them this way. If somebody comes to me and talk about you, I'm going to do the same thing. It's not a fact of whether I love them or not. It's not a factor of whether we are tighter than you and I. That doesn't matter to me. The point of the matter is that is a person that I consider my friend. And I'm not going to talk about my friends with anybody. I'm not going to talk negative about my friends with another friend because that doesn't make you more my friend than them. What it does is shows you that if I would talk about one friend with you, I would talk about you with another friend. And that's the way it should be looked at. And I don't understand how people get together and talk about their friends with their other friends. I'm not that kind of friend. If I tell you I got your back, I got your back. And let me explain something too. Also, when I'm talking about this, if you have done something drastically wrong, I'm not concerned really about what you've done. I'm concerned with about being that honest friend. And so I may not agree with what you have done. And I will kindly tell you, listen, what you did was foul. What you did was foul, but I'm going to still stand by you. I'm going to still be the person that you can lean on. And that's what a friend does. A friend doesn't always agree with what you do, but a friend will still be there when you get your consequences for what you did. And that's my whole thing. I'm going to be there for the consequences of when you do good. I'm going to be there for the consequences for when you do bad. I'm not going to let anybody talk about you because I'm pretty sure that you know the errors of your ways. But I will refuse to not be that friend. And I refuse to let somebody talk to me about my friend. You see, so I have a hard time understanding people sometimes. I have a really hard time understanding people. You thought it was okay to talk about somebody that I care about to me. Because I don't use the term friend loosely. If I call you my friend, You're my friend. That's the way I look at it. And I pray that you look at me the same way. See, that's the whole thing with when it comes to friendship. How does that individual see you? Because when I have a friend, I'm a hardcore friend. I'm a friend that's not gonna leave you when the going gets tough and the tough get going. You know, cause see, I've been there. I've been there where I felt that I had friends, and then when the table shifted, or when the sales shifted, they flew away with the other folks, okay? I've been there, so I know how it feels truly to be left out there on your own, to feel like you don't have anybody. And see, what people didn't understand about me is I always adapt and overcome. If you don't want to be courteous to me, if you don't want to be friendly to me, so may it be, because guess what? I'll move on. I don't have a problem with that type of friendship, because I don't believe that you should stay anywhere you're not wanted. I don't believe that you should be trying to push yourself up on somebody. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that, it's worth trying to figure out why somebody don't care about you, why somebody turned on you, why somebody left you. Because see, I know that the people that don't need to be in your life will be removed from your life. I understand that. I understand that, relationships don't last always. Some come, some go. Some are just for a reason, a season, a lesson. I understand all of that. So when a person feels that they don't want to be in my life, I let them go. I let them go. But if I say that I'm your friend, if I say that I have your back, that's exactly what I have. And I'm not going to talk about you either to anybody. And that's why I have to ask some people sometimes, think about this. Do I talk about anybody to you? Do I talk about anybody to you? I might listen to you vent, but do I actually talk about anybody to you? I'll wait. Because I don't. I don't talk about anybody to, I just don't talk about people. Because see, I feel like when you have issues with people, or when you can't get along with folks, just let that be. All that other stuff becomes non-factors. It doesn't. Come on, move on. If your demeanors don't match or can't click, just move on. Why make it more than what it is? Does that make you feel better to talk about somebody? Does that make you feel better to put somebody down? It makes me feel good to lift a person up. It makes me feel good to say, you know what? You messed up, but you're going to get through it. Because you never know what a person is going through. You never know how they're being affected. And just think, you coming down hard on somebody, and and they decide to take their life. That's something you got to live with. And if they've already been punished, why are you trying to punish them even further? Why are you trying to punish them even further? Look, I'm going to tell y'all, when you done been through this thing before, when you have lived through people backstabbing you for no reason at all, people disliking you for no reason at all, you haven't done nothing to them, or people that you love turning on you and you haven't done anything to them personally, baby, let me tell you something. You know how to treat someone that's going through a storm. You do. You know how to treat someone going through a storm because you done been on that other side of the storm, and you know how it feels to be isolated and feel like you're alone. And because I know that, I would never turn my back on someone I care about or turn my back on my friend. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be right there for you. Wrong or indifferent, I'm going to have your back. I'm going to be your ride or die because I know how I feel to have people coming against you. And most of the people coming against you, you have done absolutely nothing to. But we are so judgmental that we feel that it's our place to try to punish somebody who has already been punished for the crime or the consequences, will have, receive consequences for what they've done. We think we're supposed to make it even harder. See, I learned a long time ago in law enforcement, the judge is the person that punishes them, that imposes the disciplinary action. We don't. We have to be neutral. The law enforcement person, the correctional people have to be neutral. You don't install no punishment. You don't impose a punishment. You accept these people for who they are, for themselves. They make the wrong decision. The judge took care of that. You don't get in it. So I'm trained to not get in your doggone business. Wish some of y'all would stay out of mine, out of the unnecessary business. But I'm trained to stay out your business. That's why I make the best friend. Because if I'm your friend, I'm going to stay out your business. If I tell you my piece, I'm going to be there so you can lay your head on my shoulder. I'm going to be there so I can hug you and I can wipe your tears away. And you can call me when you get frustrated and vent. That's what I'm going to do. And I don't care what your race, creed, or color is. That doesn't matter to me. If you are someone that I care about and someone that I call my friend, I am going to be here for you. And I'm not going to let anybody talk to me any kind of way about you. Tread lightly when you're talking about my friends, even if you consider yourself my friends. And I don't care how loud and ignorant you get because I'm protecting this person. I'm going to get just as loud and ignorant, or I'm going to hang the phone up because I'm tired of talking about it. I said what I said. Do not talk about my friends to me. I don't care what they did, because that part of their life is not my business. My business is to be a friend to this person. My business is to make sure that I'm there for this person because they may not have anybody else. I may be the only person that they have. And God forbid if my friend felt that their life was no longer worth living because they have no one to turn to. Understand, you will always have me to turn to. Even when you hurt me. Even when you hurt me, and we reconcile because I love you. I care about you. I do consider you a close friend, and I consider making sure that you know that I'm always there for you regardless. So I don't really care about what the people saying because I know how I feel to have a community come against you. I know how I feel to have your own community treat you like you are less than. But let me tell you, but God said you cannot mess with everybody because people learned that about me. I didn't just go and tuck my head in the dirt. I still came out on top. I still had people that loved me. I still had people that watched me and followed me because they thought I was a strong woman. They saw my strength. They saw I wasn't going to buckle down. They saw, like I said, I don't have no issues with these people that came against me. All that stuff is dead in the water, baby. But I'm going to tell my story till I can no longer tell it because I want to help somebody else. We have to persevere. You have to keep pushing, keep moving, and understand everything is not going to be perfect in life, but you have to keep pushing. You're going to make some mistakes that you have to keep pushing. And there's going to be times when you have done absolutely nothing and it seems like the world has turned against you, but you have to keep pushing. And that is the type of friend that you need, is somebody that's going to say, keep pushing, friend. I'm going to be right here with you. No matter what you're going through, no matter what the consequences are, no matter what kind of punishment you get, I'm going to be right here with you. If you have to do some time, I'm going to put something on your books. I'm going to come and see you. I'm going to inconvenience myself by getting strip search or whatever it is I got to do. I'm coming to see you because I consider you to be my friend and I care about you. And I'm not going to allow you to go through this yourself. And there is no way on God's earth that I'm going to allow people to down you in my presence. That's just the type of person I am. This is not the first time I had defended somebody that I care about. I mean, it was people I knew was dead, guilty. But I wouldn't allow anybody to talk down about them in my presence. That's the type of people you want to surround yourself with. And don't get me wrong, I don't call too many people friends. But I don't believe, first of all, that any of us have room to talk. I don't think any of us have room to put anybody down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's think about it. Do we ever sit back and pay attention to our downfalls? Do we ever sit back and pay attention to what we have done? Where we were ill, how we show ill will towards someone, ill treatment. Do we ever look at ourselves and say, oh, I could have done this better? Do we ever think about, that was foul what I did before we put our mouth on somebody else? I mean, how are we going to look at somebody that's aging and say she or he's not aging well and stuff? And baby, did you look at yourself? Did you look at your feet? Did you look at your legs all swollen? Did you look at your face all swollen? Did you look at yourself before you put your mouth on another individual? Why we don't do that? Why don't we do that? Because if we do that, we might just want to be quiet because we realize that person look better than me. That person look more healthier than me. You're going to sit there and say that person over there, that beautiful, beautiful individual is not aging well? And you worried about how you look. You pulling your clothes on. You can tell when somebody don't worry about how they look, insecure. You pulling your clothes on, and you always want to ask somebody talk about, oh, I should have put this on, and I didn't have this, and I didn't. Because your self-esteem is shot. And you need to be working on yourself instead of trying to put somebody down. Build yourself up. That's what we need to be thinking about. Don't ever call me. I mean, y'all don't know how upset I get when people do this. Don't you ever call me to talk about somebody. Don't do it. It's not going to work out in your favor. It's not going to be good for you. I just don't believe in talking about other people. Don't do that. I don't have the time or the mindset. Okay? I don't have the time or the mindset to care enough to talk negative about somebody. Because every time I do that, I know that I'm taking away from something that I could be getting. Every time I'm being negative, every time I'm putting people down, I'm taking away from my favor, my blessings. And it sounds bad. It sounds bad to a person like me who don't condone that stuff. I mean, you look very unsure of yourself. I mean, because if y'all hadn't been a fly on that wall from this conversation I had, let me get some lotion. If y'all had been a fly on the wall for this conversation that I had, right? Y'all wouldn't believe it. Because every time that individual says something about my friend, I countered it. Every time they opened their mouth, I countered it. every time they tried to get me to agree with them, I countered it. I even made them give me the facts. Since they know so much, where did you find that from? Where did you see that? I need facts, not you talking about what you think and all that stuff. Give me the facts. Let me read the facts for myself. Do you comprehend well? Because what you just said is not what I just read. You spreading untruths. You know, I mean, I was all over because what you just said wasn't true. It wasn't adequate. It wasn't accurate. But yet you're going around spreading this about my friend. You know what I'm saying? See, I don't believe that I gotta have the same friends as you. You might not like my friends, and that's fine. But guess what? I'm not going to talk about you with that friend, and I'm not going to let you talk about that friend with me. Okay? I can have, your enemies can be my friends. Your foes can be my friends. Believe me. And my loyalty to both of y'all will prevail. My loyalty to both of y'all will prevail. Now, let me tell you something. You ain't got a lot of people like that. You don't have a lot of people like me to where their loyalty prevails. You got some people that can't be a friend to two enemies at one time. I've seen it. It happens to me. I saw you pushing me away. I saw you trying to favor this one because you needed something over there. And so you wanted to try to dog me out and stuff. But I gave you what you wanted, didn't I? I gave you your space forever. I gave you what you wanted because that's what I do. I believe that if a person don't want to be bothered, you don't bother them. You make haste. You get on away from there really quickly. I give you what you want, baby. I believe that because I believe that God removes people out of your life for a reason, and he shows you why they need to be removed. And I don't have no problem going. There is nobody that I want to hold on to that don't want to be held on to. Y'all get it? Nobody that I want to hold on to that don't want to be held on to. I want you gone. You want to be gone? I want you gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. Because what happens is I'll be more loyal to you than you are to me. And that is going to be a problem for me. Okay? Because when I care about somebody, I care with my whole heart. I care with my whole mind. I'm concerned about that individual. But when you show me that I don't need to be, I'm so thankful that I can just change it up. Change it up because I'm not going to hurt. I'm not going to allow anyone to hurt me and I help them. I'm not going to sit there and let you hurt me and I'm going to assist you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be in a relationship that's toxic and I know that I'm true to this relationship and you do things to show that you don't care anything about me. That's not the type of person that I am. So I'll move out swiftly to keep from causing any problems for myself because first we have to love ourselves. We have to love ourselves first. When you're in any relationship, that way you will not allow people to treat you any kind of way. That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to be dedicated and loyal to the person that you're in the relationship with. It makes no sense. Why would you be in a relationship and you got to go and talk about the individual? I'm not going to talk about the individual. I'm going to tell the individual how I feel. Or I'm just not going to discuss it. I'm just going to sit there and be who I am to you, your friend. And so it just dawned on me during that last conversation I had, defending my friend. And I didn't really defend them as far as what took place. I defended the friendship. I defended the fact that I wouldn't allow anybody to talk about them to me. And I pray that they do the same. But if they don't, you know, we know how to handle that as well. But for an individual to think excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. For an individual to think that it's okay to talk about somebody's friend when the first thing that came out their mouth is don't talk about my friend. And when I say that, I don't be playing. I do not play. If I say don't talk about my friend, I'm telling you, this ain't getting ready to end well. Because I don't want to hear it. I don't believe in talking about people. I don't believe in bashing anybody. I just believe in uplifting people, because you just never know what people are going through. You never know what your words will cause or where your words will lead them. And that's why you always want to be positive. You always want to uplift people. Listen, even when I'm fussing somebody out, I watch what I say to them, because I don't want to go somewhere where I can't come back from. You know what I'm saying? And if I got to just end the entire conversation, that is what I'll do. I would end the entire conversation to keep from saying something that's not appropriate to an individual. And that's the stuff, I mean, that's learned behavior. That's something that we have to practice. If it's not in you naturally, that's something that you have to put an effort to doing. And that is making sure that you're careful with the words that you use. And even though they may come at you hard, they may come at you real negative and nasty, at least you know that the words that you use, you can sleep at night. You know, the words that you use, you didn't sleep. And you didn't push anybody over the edge. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here for today's show. Yeah, it was a short show, but I think I got my point across. You cannot allow people to discuss any and everything with you. You cannot allow people to discuss any and everybody with you. And at some point, you have to be loyal to your friends. Okay? And so that is my main concern right there, being loyal to my friends. Let me y'all can go with me. I gotta go and get my granddaughter. Maybe y'all can listen, meet my grandbaby. But yeah, you gotta be loyal. You gotta be loyal. And so, for those of you who don't know how to be a friend, I just told you how. I just told you how to be the friend. You don't let nobody talk about your friends. You don't let anybody dog them out. You stand your ground. You let them know that you're not gonna have it. And you would do the same for them. Like I told them, I would do the same for you. If somebody was talking to you, talking about you, I would stop them in their tracks. Okay? So that's what you're supposed to do. I'm going to come back in a few with a story time. Okay, y'all? All right. Y'all take care, and thank you for being with Real Talk Live with Arnette D. Love. All right? Remember, I love you. God loves you. Love yourself. Then love on somebody else. And be a good friend. You take care now.